Hello everyone, and welcome back to Zielonka, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time coming here. We have made a few more changes to the farm. We've also harvested a few more fields, and we're kind of going in a slightly different direction with a couple of things. So as you can tell, we do have a clock here, outdoor clock here on the farm, just to make it a little bit easier to kind of keep track of things. And so you guys have an idea of what's what. Ooh, we do have some birds. This one. There we go. Just topping that off first thing this morning. And I find it interesting, this has a supermarket type of sound with it. This is so we can actually, when we actually get a full pallet, basically a quick spot for us to sell eggs, is my hope anyway. We do have this guy here, which I believe is one of our sell anything mods. We'll just go ahead and keep that closed. No new equipment right now. Well, we did get a new trailer. I'll put that out. The big Colossus harvester that we had for carrots, we went ahead and returned because I don't have any fields that have anything like that anymore. Well, we've already harvested them. And if you're not aware of where we stand as far as our fields go, we now own these. I don't have fields anywhere else on the map right as of right now. I am waiting on 52 and 53 are all planted still. So yeah, we've plowed up 32 after we harvested. We made this field here. Nothing's planted in it as of yet. As you can see here, nothing. Apparently there's some beets that are still in the field that didn't get plowed up or something. I don't know. Yeah, small area that I didn't get plowed. 51, I'm not going to plow until we get 50 harvested. That's just because if I go to do the course play, it's going to want to do both anyway. So we're just going to wait. And we've actually invested in a few different things. Ooh, we're getting some honey. Sorry. Squirrel. Well, actually, I guess I do have this build over here just to do some general maintenance. I don't have a barn big enough to do anything like that in, so that is the only spot I really could find here to actually do it. And apparently I thought I fixed that, but that's kind of floating there. I'm not going to want to put anything on there until I get that fixed. Basically just lifting it up, probably putting concrete under there, more than likely would be the best route. But we have invested in, let's get to the right screen here, in basically making our own diesel. So we have purchased a few different oil wells in the area. And I figured while we're doing diesel, we can do these other items and then just sell those off, but we'll keep the diesel for ourselves. And if we get too much diesel, we'll just sell it off. You know, basically get enough to fill one of the new tractor or trailers that I have bought that is still sitting over there at the shed. And of course, we had to decorate things up just a little bit more. So we do have a nice entrance for this side of the farm, and to help kind of offset electricity and whatnot for all the new lights that we put in, we do have a new windmill over here as well, generating some electricity in addition to the one on the other side. And of course, because I am from I would say the great state of Ohio, every state is great in my opinion, we do have our Ohio state flag and the other Ohio state flag in addition to our American flag just off the house. And honestly, if I knew that was flying that way, I would have had these go in the same direction. Oops. That may be changed for a future episode. I don't know. And to just signify our farm as well, we had this erected, found quite a few stones that we used to build the base, and went from there. I am planning on getting into wood milling and things like that. There are a few different mods that will allow us to do that without having to go crazy with woods, actually making woods. But I am looking at using this space over here for that. Granted, we don't own it yet, but that hasn't changed. That hasn't, worried me in the past. So we'd have plenty of light around the farm now. Oh yeah, I forgot I put this guy here. It is still very early in the morning. Just a little after 6 now. And we've already gone through and we sold the few things that we had to worry about. Got our bee hives there. They're rather quiet this time of year. It is colder. Normally you'd be hearing them right now, buzzing around, but it is very early in the morning, and it's 50 degrees out. It's just a little chilly for those poor bees, so they're in their hives staying nice and toasty. I think what I'm going to do actually is we need to disconnect this. All right, and we're going to go over and get our fuel trailer that we have waiting for us. Man, I like this truck. Yeah, I tried not to go too overboard because with the lights, simply because, a lot of farms don't have that many lights. At the same time, I also don't want to be having to go around and switching them on every evening. So if they're all automatic, they're automatic. I don't care. It's just a game anyway. But like I mentioned, we are here in Zielonka, so we're an American in Europe. American farmer in Europe. Yeehaw. And I feel like I just said that really weird, but if that's the case, I apologize. No insults intended. Like I mentioned in a few different videos, I am attempting to be a little bit more considerate and make some shorter videos. I know it doesn't always happen, but whew. So we are going to head over to our little refinery that we had built. Oh man, these side windows are dark tinted. I don't really get in this truck and go first person very often. But man, do I like the sound of that. Okay. I thought I put on my left turn signal, but it looked like I did my 4-ways. So this is an area where they have a basically the co-op for the area, the elevator. But I had asked if I could use it to put this build this building over here, and they said yeah. They're not using the space for anything. They don't have plans for the space, so they said sure, go for it. So they allowed me to do it. Let's see if I can get this backed up in here. Because I know there is some, and I don't remember just how big this trailer is for capacity. And this trailer is probably going to be living over here until we actually need it. Alright. Well, 434 liters. I'll take it. It's definitely better than nothing. I don't have any equipment that I need it as of yet, I don't think. Nope. Nope. And this is also the only piece of equipment that requires DEF, to my knowledge. Oh, my John Deere is about half full. Worst case, I'll drive that down to the gas station before I thought I disconnected you. Apparently not. Now I did. So I do have one more bit. I think it's a building. Oh, a little quicker without the trailer. When this thing gets up and goes, it gets up and just goes. So I think I still have rocks in my rock picker trailer. I need to go take a look at that. Oh, what are you doing? You're the one that stopped in front of me, dude. All the way back here. Crikey. So this building here, basically, let's see here, actually. So this basically will do lime. It will take stones, water, limestone, sand, and wood. And it puts out, well, lime, iron ore, gravel, sandbag, play sandbag, and wood chips. And with that, the only thing that I have that I'm storing gravel for some reason, but I'm also storing lime. And I think the idea that I set up gravel to store is so I can use that later on down the road if I'm expanding my farm. So I probably could get a water trailer since we do have free water, and with the one windmill, fill that up and bring it over and fill this up. So there is the possibility for that. The only thing is our oil well pumps do require barrels. So I did have to buy quite a few barrels to get those up and running, as you can see. But it is producing what we want it to produce. So this does have a capacity of 60,000 liters for our small refinery, which for 3 different well pumps, I am looking at actually either buying or building some additional well pumps throughout the area, just so we can ensure that we can have that going as well. But I figured this will help us get a little bit more income in addition to this guy. So if we have wood that we need to, get knocked down or anything like that. Not to mention, I did build the solar panel roof over top of it, again, to help with production cost in the form of electricity. So, and I'm kind of possibly changing my mind on animal productions aside from chickens. So I may or may not keep that a grass field. I'll probably get a couple different productions out of it, cuts out of it, that is. And otherwise I may change it over to something else, alfalfa or anything like that, something that might be a little similar to grass, but I might be able to get a little bit more money out of. So once we get this field harvested and everything plowed in, we'll get the rocks off of that. Same with over here. I do have those 2 fields over by the new one that I just plowed up, and the one on the other side of the creek that we harvested as well. So that's the extent of our fields at the moment. Yeah, these 2 down here, I can probably grab my rock picker and get the rocks out of those fields. I'm really debating on whether or not I want to try to figure out a way to cover over the creek, basically still have the creek, but have it just be underground and just have it come out over here by the bridge and continue on, so I can make this one big field over here. But I don't think the county or the city is gonna like that idea, so at the very least I may just end up, yeah, and I see the spot there that I missed plowing. I may just end up plowing the field just a little bit bigger, a little bit closer to the creek over here, and just make it a little bit bigger all around, except for over there by the road, or the, well, I guess it's kind of like an alleyway, because that's pretty close and tight as it is. So we have a few things in mind as far as what we need to do. Oh, and not hit people or things in our nice new, well, new to us, truck would not be one of those. Well, not hitting things would be one of those, I guess I should say. So I do like the small farm field of this place. It is a nice change of pace from trying to always want to go big with everything. Let's go over and get in. You know, I've been using the white farm or white all. Yeah, this tractor, I've been using that quite often. This one I know needs fuel, but it's not empty yet. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Let's swing around. Get our rock trailer, rock picker, and go deal with those 2 fields. So that way I can start doing something with, well, something. Oh, I'm way off. There we go. Ooh, we have, according to my scale here, we have about 1,500 liters of rock already in here.
Everyone, the sun will be rising in 30 minutes. Welcome to another beautiful day of farming.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the radio chatter mod. If you guys are interested in that. That is on the in-game mod hub. So I'll make sure we kind of get a little closer over here before we just get these wide wings opened up. And this does kind of give it a cultivated finish to it. I think it recognizes that as such. Let's just double check here. So you can see clearly where we just did that. Yeah, it does give it a cultivated effect, which I like. Because in theory, you just have to do the plowing and then you're good to go for seeding. But I'm trying to get these rocks out before winter actually hits. You can see up there in the top right-hand corner, it is October 2nd. I can't remember if I had this set up for 4 days or 5 days. I'm kind of leaning on 4 just in case, because that kind of screwed me over one day. Or, yeah, one day I was filming off camera, and I went to do something and midnight hit, and it turned in the next month, and it said, oh, you can't do this anymore. I'm like, what? I was just doing this. What? So, yeah, be mindful and remember just how many days you set your seasons to, if you're running seasons, because you may end up screwing yourself over like I did. Now, this field here, I think I might make a couple changes to it, make it a little bit bigger, get rid of some trees. Yes, I know. Some people are highly against getting rid of trees. But you know what? Most farmers treat the ground with respect. I try to do the same in game, like it was what I was doing in real life. I hate using chemicals, though sometimes you just can't avoid it. Quite personally, in the real world, I hate the smell of any kind of chemicals that get put on the field. I will take the smell of manure on a field any day of the week over anything that's manufactured. I don't know, it's just me. The smell of manure doesn't give me headaches. Doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna get sick. The production, the you know, man-made products, they do. So if you guys live out somewhere where you're near a lot of farmers and you get headaches every once in a while, depending on the time of year, and it's not like during your normal seasonal allergy stuff, if you are one of those sufferers like me, pay attention to what the farmers are doing around you. Because if they're doing a lot of chemicals on their fields, that could be the reason why you might be getting headaches and things like that. I'm no doctor, but I'm just going off my own experiences, so take it for what you will. And you guys have seen me play doctor in Project Hospital. I'm not the greatest. Definitely don't know the names of all these different drugs and everything. Sure as heck can't pronounce them when they do come up, but meh. Speaking of which, I need to do another episode of that. It's been far too long since I've been in that game. Alright. In order to keep me from tearing up anything, I gotta get these folded up. Yeah, I am fully aware that this is cheating. This is a massive piece of equipment for a job like this, but you know what? It's a game. I don't care. I'm enjoying myself. I'm having fun. You guys should too. There's not as many rocks in these two fields as I initially thought there were. It looks like there's a lot, but I mean, we're just closing in on roughly 500 liters of rocks. Granted, some may say that's quite a bit of rock for two small fields, but, well, one field and a quarter at this point. But if you think about it, there's a lot of rocks in the dirt to begin with. So, all things considered, for what's been brought to the surface, that's really not too bad after plowing. At least not in my opinion. Yes, I realize it's daylight enough. I probably don't need these headlights on, but leave me alone. I'm farming. I do what I want. So, one of the things I did want to do after spending quite a bit of time using this Hori farm equipment pack thing is kind of let you guys know what I think of it. And to be honest, I love it. I mean, I'm using it right now. Between this and all the mods that I have in, yes, I do run quite a few mods, not gonna lie. And every once in a while, the only time I really get an issue is if I download a mod from a website that doesn't quite want to cooperate. You know, maybe it was a mod that was stolen from someone else, so it's not updated to the current spec of the game itself. Or maybe someone was just being, well, a bad person and trying to get people to download stuff that they shouldn't be getting onto their computers. It's hard to say. That's why you guys just have to be careful. But for as many mods as I run, yes, my computer gets rather warm, but it is managed and maintained. My computer has like probably a half dozen, if not more, fans on it to help keep it warm, keep air moving throughout the system. Yes, I do run air-cooled. I do not run liquid-cooled as of yet. Liquid-cooled is just a little too expensive for my taste right now. Maybe if this desktop gets fried, I might look into a liquid-cooled at that point, but it's not something I'm really too concerned about at this point. But as far as a Hori, Hori, again, just for clarification, as far as this pack goes, again, I have the side panel, the steering wheel, and the pedals. The only downside to it is you don't really have force feedback. And I don't know if that's something that they're going to be bringing to it eventually as an upgrade, like through a program or anything like that. But there probably isn't any motors inside of it to do that. So maybe it might take them, you know, another iteration of the equipment. But the steering wheel itself is a good size. It's not tiny, like I hate to say it, but like the Logitech ones are. It's actually a good size. It's a good feel. It's almost, it might be a little bit smaller than my pickup truck, real life pickup truck steering wheel is, but it's good enough size for, well, the fact that it's a gaming peripheral. I haven't gotten around to actually trying to use it. I've only been, as far as the pedals go, I've only been able to use the gas pedal and the brake pedal. I haven't gotten anything set up for the clutch pedal. So yes, I am doing this several different ways. I'm not just sticking to one way. But even then, you know, when I've been trucking, it's set up to manual because I don't have a shifter. I have a nice joystick, which I use in this game quite frequently, because it basically has my smooth camera controls. Well, it has my zoom in, zoom out, plus a button to go into inside view. Then I have the one of the thumbstick, I guess is the best way to put it. The steering wheel has 2 thumbsticks on it, of which one of them is set up for moving the camera around. Once I get this line back up, I'll show you. So what I mean by camera movements is it does this kind of movement, you know, scanning right, left, up, down. So that way, instead of using the mouse, which can be, you know, kind of like this, it allows for a lot smoother movements. So I can, you know, pan around, and you're not getting the jerkiness of having to pick up the mouse, move it, pick up the mouse. So that I do really enjoy. This also has a turn signal stick, light stick, I guess is another way, because it controls all my lights. You got your, you know, just like you would in your car, where you have your headlight options there, and all that is you push it up one way each time you want to change the lights. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and then off. The other way, I have it set up for my flashers, or wishy-washy lights, or whatever you want to call it. We're going to turn those on real quick. When I push it down, it turns on my hazards. When I pull it up, just like in your car, it turns the brights on if the vehicle I'm in at the time has brights as an option. So you also, like if you're racing, I could see people using this for racing. It does have triggers on the back that you could probably set up for shifting up or down. So it is a very useful system. All the different buttons on the side panel are great. I think I have everything. I should have actually everything set up for one thing or another, but I don't always remember what it is. So sometimes, especially for the ones that are not nearly as common. Oh, apparently that's hazards as well. And that's a surprise. So what I'm going to do is empty this out so we can start getting some lime. I do have a bag of lime at the farm, so I want to make sure I use that first before I come over here and fill up. But I do want to get at least these rocks put in here so we can start getting that made. And I may have to actually make this more of a gravel lot. So when you see like that 7 with a circle on the bottom down where it says stones, that is signifying the button on my box. But if I move my mouse, it changes the keyboard settings. Because I do still have keyboard settings in here. I haven't done anything with those. Because in the event, I do know keyboard settings a lot better than I do this. So if it's something kind of off the wall, then that at least helps me be able to do something. If it's, whether it's in a video or otherwise. So if you see that changes on that, that is why. It's either something I don't have mapped or I don't remember what it's mapped for the controls panel or steering wheel buttons or whatever. So I'm still very much trying to get the hang of things and seeing if I want to map something else, something different. So it's very customizable as far as the in-game setup goes. So it's completely up to you guys how you decide you want to set it up and use it. It doesn't really seem to be too particular. There we go. Now I gotta be careful because the button to hook and unhook attachments is right above the button that kicks me out of the cabin, out of the vehicle. So I do have to be careful sometimes. That's why if you see me trying to unhook something and you see me hop out, that's why. But it is October 2nd. Let me take a look. I don't think I have anything ready to harvest. We just kind of took a look a little bit ago. But the next one here should be 50, which that, if I'm not mistaken, is soybeans. And then down here in 53 and 52, 53 we have canola, and 52 we have barley. So those two should be ready to go here before too long, I would think. Ooh, grass is ready to harvest. So I'll probably do that off camera. Get that harvested, baled up, and sold off. Help you guys a little bit more money. Wait a minute, do I not have a... well, I guess I'm going to see if I can buy a mower with the money that I currently have before doing anything. So that's what I'm going to do off camera before the next episode. So guys, as always, if you happen to like what you see, or what I say, I don't know which, excuse me. If you happen to like what you see, or if you get yourself watching more than one of my videos, please do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. It is free after all. Whether you guys are subscribed or not, sorry, I just had a little bit of a brain fart. Whether you guys are subscribed or not, if you've made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you and that I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And like I said already, if you're not subscribed but you made it this far, it's free. That's all I'm going to say. So with all that being said, guys, we'll catch you in the next episode. So take care. Peace.